Before we start, I want to ask you something important. This video is not here to tell you how smart you are. It won't measure your IQ, it won't give you a score, and it won't label you. This video does something different. It shows how your mind moves. Most people believe all minds work the same way. They think the only difference is intelligence. Some people are smarter, some are not. But that's not the truth. The real difference between people is not intelligence. It's the direction and pattern of their thinking. Two people can have the same knowledge, the same education, the same information, and still experience the world in completely different ways, because their minds move differently. In this video, you're going to answer a few simple questions. There are no right or wrong answers. This is not a test you can pass or fail. Just be honest. Pay attention to the first reaction that appears in your mind, not the answer that sounds correct, not the answer you think you should give, but the one that feels natural. If you're ready, let's begin. Question 1. Imagine you walk into a completely empty room. No windows, no clock, no phone, nothing to distract you. Just you and silence. What is the first thing your mind wants to do? Do you start thinking about yourself and your life? Do you look for a way out? Do you begin imagining or creating something in your head? Or do you feel uncomfortable and want to leave immediately? Keep your answer in mind. Don't analyze it yet. Let's move on. Question 2. You are asked to make an important decision, but no information is given. No pros, no cons, no advice. How does your mind react? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel excited? Do you try to logically guess the best option? Or do you delay the decision completely? Focus on your first emotional response. Question 3. When someone behaves in a way that feels irrational to you, what is your first thought? Do you assume they must have a reason? Do you judge them as strange or careless? Do you compare their behavior to what you would do? Or do you immediately start analyzing their motives? Notice what your mind does automatically. Question 4. When you are alone and not distracted, where does your mind go most often? The past? The future? Imaginary situations that haven't happened? Or the present moment? Some minds constantly move forward. Some move backward. Some jump between possibilities. And some never really stop. Question 5.
Imagine everything suddenly stops. No work. No expectations. No responsibilities. No pressure from others. What is the first feeling that appears? Relief? Fear? Confusion? Or freedom? This question reveals more than most people realize. Now, pause for a moment. You don't need to remember every answer perfectly. Just keep the overall pattern in mind. Now let's understand what these responses suggest. If in the first question, your mind immediately turned inward, thinking about yourself, your identity, or your life, your mind is internally focused. These minds naturally search for meaning, depth, and understanding. If your first instinct was to leave the room, your mind is action-oriented. You focus on movement, solutions, and outcomes. If you started imagining or creating something, your mind is visual and creative. Ideas appear before logic. If the silence made you uncomfortable, your mind is sensitive to external stimulation. None of these are better or worse. They are simply different paths. In the second question, if anxiety appeared first, your mind prioritizes safety and certainty. If excitement appeared, your mind is drawn to risk and possibility. If logic appeared, your mind prefers structure and analysis. If you delayed the decision, your mind seeks control and complete understanding. This is not intelligence. This is mental direction. In the third question, If you judged quickly, your mind is protective. If you analyzed, your mind is pattern-focused. If you compared, your mind standardizes behavior. Each reaction reveals how your mind processes people. In the fourth question, if the past dominates, your mind learns through experience. If the future dominates, your mind predicts and plans. If imagination dominates, your mind simulates scenarios. If the present dominates, your mind reacts in real time. And in the fifth question, if relief appeared, your mind is tired of external pressure. If fear appeared, your mind relies on structure. If freedom appeared, your mind resists limitation. Here is the most important part. None of these patterns are fixed. The human mind is not a label. It is a moving system. The problem begins when people believe their mind should work like everyone else's. When your mind thinks deeply, you are told you overthink. When you take time to decide, you are told you are weak. When your emotions are intense, you are told you are too sensitive. But these are not flaws. They are directions.
Some minds move deeply. Some move broadly. Some move in leaps. Some move in straight lines. The real struggle happens when your environment does not match the way your mind naturally moves. School, work, relationships. That's when you feel slow, out of place, mentally exhausted. Not because you lack intelligence, but because you are moving against your natural mental flow. If you stayed until this point, there's a strong chance your mind is not looking for quick answers. It's looking for meaning. And that type of mind is often misunderstood. In future videos, we will explore how different minds learn, decide, connect, and grow without constant pressure. This was not a test. There was no score, no result. It was a mirror. If you want, share in the comments, how does your mind move? And if you want future Cintava videos to be designed for your type of mind, subscribe to the channel. Because here, we don't compare minds. We understand their direction.